Knife-resistant vests, riot armor, blah, humbug. You know what they used back in the day? Fabric, linothorax, gambeson, padded jack. Anyone can do that. You just gotta take some cloth and layer it. There, simple as that. That'll protect you. Right? Right? Alright, so water bottles are obviously easy to cut. What if we give it some armor? This is pretty thick wool. I didn't get this cut on the main camera because the battery died, but I got the slow-mo footage, which is better anyway. I put more power into this cut than needed and took off a corner of the stand because I hit lower than intended. Still pretty easy. You can see some drag at the end where the cloth is free hanging and thereby harder to cut. Well, this saber is a brutally powerful cutter. What about a lighter, narrower blade? The fabric clearly offers some resistance against the blade, it's just not enough. It felt a little weird at first, but yeah, it did go through.
It almost didn't sound like it went through.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, because it sounded fop. I'm
it
like,
did.
oh,
It sounded like a flat hit, but
yeah,
it did.
It's a good cut.
That's also why I was like, huh? Wait, what? I basically just forced it through. The swing was fast enough that it went through, even though it didn't bite that well, I think. I don't know if this is sharp enough to do it. We gotta redo that. The camera didn't get that one.
Oh, that's the only time it's gonna work.
Yeah, I know, right? Cameras are devious bastards sometimes. Ah, of course. This is starting to look weirder and weirder.
That looks better.
Okay.
It's like a little,
It's better.
like
I don't know. It still looks questionable.
You're gonna get demonetized.
Oh yeah. Nope. How did I do it before? Oh, who knows? Maybe with better edge alignment, you boob. This shouldn't be too hard. Unless I mess it up. Shouldn't have said that. At least if most of your arm gets severed, this makes it easier to not lose it for reattachment surgery. Most of the way. Just stopped at the end. There. As long as the blade is properly aligned during the cut, water bottles are no problem at all. That's the next cutting medium.
Let me get a sock, just so I don't see it coming. I think this will protect me, man.
Yeah. From what we've done here, based on what we've done, I think this offers good protection.
Only one way to find out. Let's see about denser targets like soaked tatami mats. I may have to sharpen this somewhere. I think there's still a burr on it.
I'm dying to give that messer a sharpen.
Okay. Got it. It should be long enough if I start low. Yeah, I think I didn't have enough length, but it cut very cleanly. There we go. Nice knife. Nice. Yeah, we gotta make the pumpkin decent, clothe it. Okay, YouTube, we're not encouraging violence against babushkas, just to point that out. It forced it in though. Which in history wouldn't be good news. Think of the risk of infection. Ugh. There's a lot of towel in that. I think it actually made it wider because it forced the towel in there. Yeah, look at that. It didn't get through the towel at all. We found the ultimate armor. Towels. Uh-oh. Evil laughter. That was quick.
You want to try the towel again? Put it on like a 400 grit belt and just gave it a quick little thing and then dropped it.
That's my problem. I don't finish it far enough. Still leave the burr because it feels like it's sharp.
There's still a sharp edge behind that burr. You just got to knock.
There it is. This is what I'm talking about, sharpness. It needs to be sharp enough to cut through sturdy cloth. This just still had a burr on. burr had to be removed. Now it cuts properly. There you go. Sharpness, people! I keep preaching it. Next question. Can a heavier sword with a more robust edge just force its way through? Easy enough on soaked tatami mats with a poplar dowel inside. Obviously a heavier sword hits with more blunt impact force as well, but maybe the double saw can slow it down enough to turn it into a shallow cut. Alright. The cut wasn't perfect, but would have most likely gone through without the fabric. That looks gnarly on this side.
Oh,
It's like all opened up. Like. Now it's a lot more difficult to cut, and in this case it's not just the sharpness. You can also tell that a lighter sword moving at greater speed goes through soft material better. Depending on the type of sword and its blade geometry, it can be either more or less effective against cloth. But either way, it adds some level of protection. The more layers the better, of course. I definitely had to put more power into it to cut all the way through, and couldn't get away as much with suboptimal edge alignment. All kinds of different material can work for protection, it just needs to either be thick enough or layered enough. For example, just a few layers of canvas won't cut it. No pun intended. I didn't even feel the difference. Same with a single layer of unhardened leather. And that in spite of less than ideal edge alignment, which was amplified the moment the blade hit the dowel. A double layer of suede. No chance at all, especially as it was wet. And soft protection is less effective the more firm the target underneath is, in this case, a coconut. Harder material, like bone, acts effectively as sort of a chopping block. Even though I was messing around in the intro, a thick towel wrapped loosely would actually be quite effective. As said, plenty of materials can be protective if hardened and or layered enough. If you haven't seen my videos about paper and duct tape armor yet, check them out. Hope you found this interesting, thanks for watching and have a good one, folks.